Welcome back, another first impression video. So I just watched the first episode for... Hold on, it's a sentence. The world's finest assassin gets reincarnated in another world as an aristocrat. Okay, I kind of just told you everything in the title. I can't really be spoiling nothing for you, can I? I don't know why my voice went like that. Anyway, it's on Crunchyroll. It looks like we're going to have new episodes every Wednesday. Well, at least I'm assuming, because today is Wednesday and the new episode came out today. And it's usually whenever that... It's not like they tell you. Okay, it's like you check the... I think I said this in my last video, which hopefully I'll upload before this, yeah. That, it's in the recently added section or updated section, whatever it is. It's whatever day that the episode's updated on is probably the same day they're going to keep uploading episodes on. Anyway, so as you would guess from the title, it is about a guy who's an assassin who gets reincarnated. Okay, so now the first thing we open up to is the opening. The song in the animation just did not mesh well, and part of me wanted to like the song, and it did get better at the end. But I didn't like it. I didn't hate it. I did not like it, though. So there's that. But just, the speed of it with, the speed of, the animation, it just doesn't mesh well as long... I don't know what they're saying. But, it didn't work together. It felt like they did another anime opening's, artwork and shit, and then combined it with another anime's opening song. It felt very much like that. Anyway, and we open on to... a trigger warning is the very first thing we open on to is quite clearly that they are at an auction house and young girls are being sold involuntarily. Now, before they even showed it, I could tell because you see a girl and she's in a low-cut dress. You don't know what her age is. You could tell she's younger. I'm assuming probably in her teens. I was right. And she's in a low-cut, you see her back, a low-cut dress. She's getting her hair put up in a bun by a maid or whatever, and she's crying, and then they show her with her hands on her lap, and she has these very elaborate cuffs that almost look like jewelry, and my first thought was, those are some just really gaudy handcuffs, ain't they? And it's some magic bullshit. Please tell me that's probably what it is, right? It just give off a very just weird feel to me. Yeah, they are cuffs. You do see them a lot later. Why they're so gaudy, I don't know. Maybe this is a magic fucking item, I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, and we find out from the very first girl that's auctioned that she is 13. And I don't know how old the girl is that we see crying. And then we get another girl who's auctioned afterwards who's 14, and she then just used to kill everybody. Not our hero. Probably works with the hero. I wouldn't be surprised if it's fucking harem. Girl number 1. So yeah, she starts shooting everyone up with her magic gun in her... it's just so creepy, because not only do we have, obviously they're being auctioned off, it's the way they're dressed. They're putting the makeup, they're putting makeup on, and just the way the maid does that to her and puts it on while she's crying, it already just triggered me. I'm sorry, I mean, that's not the word. It hit me real hard, okay, I'm uncomfortable, I don't like this is going, and I know where it's fucking going. And then you see how they walk out, and they're being auctioned by obviously creepy men in masks. And they're bidding for them. And just the outfits these girls are in are very revealing. That one girl had, a low-cut back. The two of the girls that came out had, you saw cleavage. Not just, a little bit. You saw deep V breasts were showing. And these are young girls. So already I was okay, no. So there's that. So if you're triggered by that, totally understand if you pass up this anime. The thing is, this is the first episode. So... hopefully that's, the last we see of, that kind of, shit. I have no problem people getting shot in, horrible ways. I've become numb to it in anime and shit. But I will never get over, the rape or torture of people. I will never get over that. That's always gonna be okay, we didn't need that. Anyway, so yeah, there's that. So if that triggers you, be warned for that. It's a couple minutes long. And like I said, it's the first episode, so I don't know how much they introduce that later on, or if they do, or if that's just a one shot of people they're killing. But basically, you don't feel bad for any of these people getting shot. Let's just say that. You don't feel bad for any of them. It's not like, oh no, they were good people. Like, no, no, they all kind of deserved it. I'm pretty fucking sure they probably deserved it. Anyway, so, and then, we turned out another one of the maids. I don't think the maid that was dressing the other girl, but another maid, I think she was just the maid, wasn't she? One went undercover as one of the girls to be auctioned off. And then we have a little bit of, like, dialogue for, like, the person that's auctioning them off. And we hear that they burned down their villages, posed as bandits, and would abduct these girls and then sell them on, to other nobles. And so yeah, the auction house gets shot up, and then we're transferred over to, like, one of the maids, who's another one undercover, and then the girl who was undercover, and they both, like, are assassinating everyone in the fucking thing. Release the girls, tell them to run, and the really obnoxious, ugly bitch, that, you know how girls use too much makeup? Like, she's one of those, like, the really snobby looking, way too much makeup, old painting motherfucker woman, like, one of those. That's what she is. Like, I would not be surprised she was in, like, an old painting. Because I don't know what people thought was a good idea back in the heyday to wear that much makeup. You look like Bozo the fucking clown, but okay. Yeah, it makes you happy. I don't fucking care. But don't worry, she gets shot. Yeah. As far as I know, everyone there's dead except the girls that were obviously let loose, and our ass kicking women in there. And then we flash over to some mountains, and there's a young boy and another girl who are sniping them from the thing, and then we get to a flashback of our main guy's previous life, and he was an older gentleman, like an actual older gentleman. I don't mean like his 40s, I mean like he was probably in his 50s, 60s. He has gray hair. He's an older gentleman. Older gentleman. There you go. And he's an assassin. We get a small amount of backstory. Is him and a younger girl, probably in her... She has to be under 30. Like, she has to be in, like, early 20s, mid-20s, if anything. And they're doing an assassination job. She wants to kill all the mafia, and he's like, we've only been ordered to hit these, like, 5-6 people, and we're not going to do any more. He's like, don't get us wrong, we're not heroes of justice. We're here to kill the people we were told to kill, and then we're going to leave. And then we get some small amount of backstory after they get into, like, a car chase, because they accidentally get seen by... there we go, gets seen by a drone, and it turns out that this guy, we don't know his name, our main guy's name, was, we get a little backstory after they've been chased, and basically what happens is they finish their job, they're driving away, and they get seen by this wandering drone, and which triggers the border guard to come. And so they decide, you see the car blow up that they were, the assassin and this other girl, again, we don't know her name, is in, and we find a little rewind session that they hooked it up to make it look like they were shooting at them, but really they were jumping out of the car, because apparently it is a drone that has really good cameras, but it only has one camera. So he says basically is that it's going to focus on the car, so they're going to jump out. They rigged it so it looks like they are being fired at, like firing at the guard, and of course the guard is going to shoot back, right? So that's what happens. Car blows up, and he's away, and they're kind of talking while waiting for, like, dawn to hit, because there are more of these drones flying around, and their body temperature is different from, like, the temperature of the ground at night, right? So it's easier for them to be spotted less in the daytime when the ground heats up to above human heat. So he's like, we're going to sit here until dawn. And so they're talking, and he's basically giving the backstory that, a quick backstory that he was raised by the organization. He was born there, he was raised by the organization. He's never been anything else. He's always going to be an assassin. So, and this other girl is quite clearly, probably was not raised in the organization, probably came in later somehow. We don't know any backstory on her yet, if we do end up getting any of it. And, so I was checking the time. I don't know why. Like, who fucking cares? I'm not gonna edit any of this. Anyway, and they talk for a little bit, and then he says that, he, like, his little backstory, and then he is going to retire to train new recruits in Japan, and they get on a plane, and they turn out that they used her as an excuse. She didn't know, obviously, that use her as an excuse for him to get on the plane, and then they assassinate him. And then as he's kind of like, I'm assuming dead, like he's kind of floating around in like nothingness, and he's like, I trust the organization. Why did they betray me? I would have killed myself if they told me to. Like, why would they? What was the point? Why would they betray me? Like, that's how loyal he was. Like, he would have, if you want me to, okay, I'll just kill myself. Like, that's where he was, like, mentally. He was born and raised there. So there's really no fucking point. And then the very last few minutes, he is teleported to this very colorful, barren landscape where he meets a goddess. And she says, I can reincarnate you, but you won't have any of your memories. You'll start from scratch. Or I can reincarnate you in another world. But you have to do a request for me, and you will keep all of your memories and your experience and your skills. And start a new life there. And he's like, okay, who do you want me to kill? And she's like, oh, yeah, you pick up fast. Well, he's like, there's no other reason why you fucking choose me. To be honest, it's kind of like hitting the nail on the head. Yeah, you summoned an assassin, the world's best assassin. Gee, I wonder why you would pick him over everyone else. Maybe because he's just going to assassinate someone. And then she's like, you're right. And I want you to assassinate the hero. And then it ends. We get the ending song. And it's just like, oh, okay, we're going to get the hero. I thought it was going to be like some cheesy, like, bullshit. Like, oh, assassinate the Demon King. Or, hey, like, assassinate, because like what happened in the opening of the episode is, hey, kill, like, the bad guys or something. And now just assassinate the hero. So far, I am interested in it. I have seen the trailer for it, and I was already kind of like, okay, yeah, I'm probably going to dig this. But anyways, on Crunchyroll, got one episode so far. It's on Wednesdays, I'm assuming, and I think I like it. For the ending song, I don't know what to think of it, to be perfectly honest. Unless it's like something really catchy or really dumb, I probably don't really notice the song. Like, I have a habit of listening to the opening and ending song, no matter what, on the very first episode of when I watch something. And if I like something, I will occasionally keep listening to it. Like, a good example is I could not stop listening to Iruma, Welcome to Disco Iruka's opening and ending songs. I would often listen to theirs. Not all the time, but quite a bit. And, yeah, so I kind of like it. Like I said, I was definitely uncomfortable in the auction house. I'm assuming it's an auction house. Like, it looks like a grand fucking thing. Assholes are eating fine food, and they're in like weird fucking masquerade masks, and they're all creepy old men, it looks like. And dude, yeah, the lady that's selling them was kind of also pretty creepy. But yeah, so I'm gonna keep up with this one so far, but I'm hoping we won't get any more, because I don't know what to do with these shows, because it's like, a good example is with Goblin Slayer. Like, I really enjoyed that, but it was definitely one of those shows that made me extremely uncomfortable each episode, whether it was bad stuff in it or not, because I was always waiting from, like, the first episode, because when you watch that first episode, you're on edge the entire fucking season, and it never ends. You're just like, please, just no more rape scenes. I can deal with the torture scenes, but please, no more rape scenes. I'm begging you. So now I am both excited and, again, still dreading watching another season if they do it. Because it is a good show, and it's worth a watch, but at the same time, like I said, it's a lot of dread, and a lot of just, like, you're waiting for the action to drop forever, and it just never leaves until you finish the final episode, and you're like, thank fucking God. And then it's like, I honestly can't say if I enjoyed that or not, and I'm kind of, like, right there right now. Like, it's not as bad as Goblin Slayer, because that fucks me up. God, that fucked me up. I can't think of any other anime that did that to me. But this one, like I said, I'm already kind of like, I don't know how I feel like this. It's kind of giving me, like, Aristocrat vibes. But it's also kind of giving me, like, Goblin Slayer vibes. And I don't know where I am right now. I am going to keep watching it. I'm hoping it won't be like Goblin Slayer in the sense that I'll have to feel that dread throughout the entire season. But I don't know. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, check out my other videos. Tell me if you're going to watch this. If you have watched the first episode, what do you thought of it? If you have read the light novel, manga, wherever the fuck it came from, don't spoil anything for me or anyone else in the comments, please. But if you want to discuss it, feel free. I always love to gush and make up theories and just fucking go in with who I like, who I don't like, why I like them, why I don't like them, what I think is going to happen. just, I love it. So if you want to engage in conversation in the comments about our theories about what's going on, how it's made us feel, if you're uncomfortable as I am, did you also feel the same way about Goblin Slayer? Whatever. Anyway, I'm going to go, and I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you will watch my next video as well. Bye.